I got the fence finalized today. Took me about maybe 4 hours. But clearly, I'm thankful to God that I switched professions when I did, because if I would still be working construction nowadays, I wouldn't last a week, or I wouldn't even last a day. I get fired. But what do you call it? I got it done and it looks all right. Or we can go outside and have a look at it. And so the fence is now all done. What do you call it? On both ends. And I have a small gate in it. Mine is slightly different than the neighbors, but the gate is mainly for letting people in if they go on a trip around the pond, and stopping the dog from the new dog. Dummy is, since we cut it, emptied its nut sacks. It hasn't been interested in anything. So he's been just lying there on the patio. But the new dog is bound to be more active. So that's why this fence was built. And now I'm fairly knackered. And then it's 4 more hours, and then I'm off to Sweden on Norwegian. The nasty thing, Finland is playing in the finals, and I'm at the moment, when it happens, I'm in the air. So Norwegian luckily has internet connection, so I'll see if I can switch on the radio when I leave, and then Swedish television is bound to show the finals, so I'll maybe see the last 1.5 periods or so. It's funny how they load these planes, because it costs you €9 to get a seat that you want, or if you want to select your seat yourself. So I typically don't do it. I just trust that what I'm given is good enough for me. But now the whole seat row behind me was empty, as you can see here, very empty, and it happens to be the exit row, so there's more leg width, and obviously I jumped into it. But yeah, now it's been 6 hours since I set up the fence outside, and I'm feeling very queasy, maybe that's a good word. Weak. Yeah. It's an interesting flight. It's packed with Muslims or people of the Islamic persuasion, and yeah, it's weird their thing. If you look at the 2 rows in front of me and over there, they're all wearing their funny caps and have beards on them. It's funny. It's a delusion. I like the guy called Avi Libkin. He talks about how Allah is Satan. No two ways about it. I tend to agree. It's weird. But I don't have in my heart that I could go and go to talk to them and, you know what to say. It would be argumentative, and to me argumentative is always a wrong way of approaching stuff. That you need to have something that brings life instead of aggravates people. So, got to Scandic Continental. It is a fairly new hotel, only 2 months old. And they gave me an upgrade, which is always positive. Nothing special about the restroom. Fairly big flat screen, standard double bed. But then the neatest part of this room is the view, if you look at it. Oh, there's some kind of fireworks going on. Oh, no, it's not. There's a moon in the distance. So, and there's Gamla. Sorry, where's Gamla Stan? Oh, it's over there. It's Gamla Stan. And that's their basically royal church, or where they do their kingly weddings and stuff like that. Yeah. But I think this is very positive. So now I'll set my camera and see if I can get a time-lapse video created during the night. So, went to get my vitamin D on. The other guys went for burgers. I went to Umi and had my Asian fish stew, and now I decided to get my vitamin D up, and I'm sitting in the street enjoying popsicle. But yeah, it's been a good day. But the previous two, when I was building the fence, I was feeling absolutely horrible after building it. All shaky and kind of, you know, when you exercise too much and then you go into this, your muscles go into this shaky state. That was my feeling yesterday and the day before that. But hey, fence is up now. We can have the dog. And it's a stunning weather out here, and it's gonna be, it's around 25. It's gonna go up to 27 tomorrow. Very centrally located. And wherever there's centrally located, there's also going to be your street preachers. He's giving us the all have sinned and are without the grace of God. The central square, where they come and celebrate their ice hockey victories and whatever victories. But now the street preacher has run out of steam, or he has somebody discussing with him. But yeah, it's fairly good exercise. Back and forth with the cycle, it's 124% of my daily. They have worship music also. Oh yeah, there's the... I'll walk a bit this way. There you can see the hotel. It's just peeking behind the corner. There where you see the building reading Scandic. The only problem with this hotel was that the bicycle stations were not nearly as close as the previous hotel. But now I recognize that walking is not so labored as it was 2 weeks ago. So exercise has a clear positive effect. And it's a tremendously warm day out here. I would say that we're talking about 25 degrees. I need to check my mobile app to see whether I'm correct or not. I'm bumping into people here. But I don't feel perfect, but I don't feel as wobbly as sometimes. I'm interested to see how we're going to get in there. There's tremendous construction going on here. That's the whole hotel in the background. Hopefully I'll get in. Yeah, this is the restaurant where we had our breakfast. And these are the elevators. So this is a fairly modern hotel compared to the Scandic Haymarket, which is a throwback to the 20s, or at least that's what they say. Dörr öppnas. Now I'm thinking, see, they have this terrace here to get my sunshine up. If there's sort of a gluten-free beer, I might take a beer and go out there and enjoy the sun. And the views from this hotel, they're quite nice. The first one is coming up here. It's from the corridor. So this is not yet but it has this quite spectacular looking church in it. And I know that people with vertigo would be not so very pleased about that view, or coming close to the door or glass. And that then, my room, which also has a view.
Tässä saan vain olla, en lähde mihinkään, tähän jään.
So, went to the restaurant of Scandic Continental. It is called The Market. It had a very interesting menu. Pretty much, I would have liked to taste all of the items on the menu, especially, the mains. Big props for the restaurant for the fact that I saw there was a kale risotto on the mains, and I said, "Can I have this as a starter, and then I'll have the cod
for mains, and well, how hard can it be to split a risotto? But sometimes they're just arsey towards you on requests like that, but it was fine for them. So yeah, I had a kale risotto, and they brought some bread to start with. The bread quality wasn't as good as, for example, Angle, but the cod and the risotto, they were close to the best dishes I've ever had in Sweden. So very nice. And the waitress or the service was tremendously slow. It would be fine if it would be a bunch of people going out, but not for a man alone in a hotel just popping in for dinner. And then I went to the rooftop terrace. Not my scene at all. Had a glass of red wine, but chucked it down fairly quickly and exited the place. But yeah, I'm curious to how this disease is going to progress. But, and yeah, it has been a positive day. 2 cycle rides and a bit of walking, and still feeling all right.
tähän jää.
Jesus is king.